Welcome back to Mansions of Madness. We're playing Blood Ties, the third scenario of the base game. Last time we had Joe Diamond trying to take a shot at the cultist and missed. The cultist came in and chanted something and did some damage to Joe. And Sister Mary did some searching, found nothing in the entranceway, moved back into the guest bedroom of the house. And now we're ready to begin turn 4. All right, so it is now the investigator's turn to go. And I am going to have Sister Mary go first. I'm going to have her do a search action back here in the guest bedroom. And she finds, again, nothing of interest. A lot of futile searching. Okay. Now she is going to move one space back here. Wow, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may actually have her try to move into this room and she encounters a locked door. And it is a padlocked door. So it is a little bit of a puzzle. If she wants to get through that door, she must solve puzzle 4A. So let me get that puzzle set up and see if she can get through the door into the storage closet. So just give me a minute for that and we'll get her working on that puzzle. Okay, so I've set the puzzle up down here. Now, Sister Mary only has an intellect of 3. So she only gets 3 moves to try to solve this puzzle, and that's going to be pretty tricky for her. But let's start off here on the right. It looks like we have a green symbol here. So her first move, we will do 1. So you can rotate and you can swap pieces. Same as the last puzzle. So that's 1 move, 2 and 3 moves, which actually lines all that up nicely. However, she still has the other side. She's going to spend one of her last 2 skill tokens to add her luck, which gives her 4 more moves. We'll see if we can solve the other side. Well, this is already lined up, and so is that one. So she, with 2 more moves, she has now lined up all the colors and symbols on both sides. So the lock is open. So she's managed to do it, but she did have to spend one of her skill tokens. She only has 1 left. Let's go back to the board now and continue. Okay, so Sister Mary up here went through the door. So these are interrupts. So what happens is when you run into a lock or something, it interrupts the action you were doing. And she was doing a move action. So now she can continue her move action into the room, but she's already searched here once. So she won't be able to do a search again. So she's going to end her movement and her actions there. And now we're over to Joe Diamond, who's face to face with a cultist, and he is not impressed. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to take an action, and he's going to go ahead and blast away at the cultist. And again, drawing cards until I get the appropriate one. So we have ranged weapon. Says you aim for your enemy's heart. Test marksmanship -1. Well, now the nice thing about Joe is his 45s allow him, if he is within 1 range, which he's in point blank range, he gets +2 marksmanship. His marksmanship skill is 6, so he'll get +2 is 8, -1 for the card is 7. So he needs to roll a 7 or less. Let's see if he can do it. He rolls a 1. Wow, okay. And rolling a 1 is pretty awesome. Let's see what happens. So he absolutely passes this test, no problem. It says its chest explodes in a spray of gore. Deal weapon damage +3. Wow, that is Joe Diamond, the sharpshooter. He just blasts this guy like no tomorrow. Now the cultist already has 1 wound on him, and he takes 6 more because the 45s do 3 damage. The cultist only has a total health of 5, and he already has 1 wound, so 6 is enough to absolutely destroy him. So that cultist is killed. All right, way to go, Joe. Now, Joe still has 2 move actions. And he is going to... He wants to get over to the northeast eventually, so he's actually going to move 1 diagonally across to here. And then 2 over to this spot here. Again, another diagonal movement. And so he's out of range of the zombie actually landing on top of him. When the keeper goes, all right, that is, wow, they're really split up. I know, horror movie, never split up. But I'm trying to cover off a lot of things here at once with only 2 players, and it could spell my doom. But anyway, that is our investigator's moves. It is now time for the keeper turn. So we'll go and take a look at the keeper cards. So here we are back at the keeper area, and of course, had they been together, which they haven't been since the beginning of the game, they could have exchanged items as like a free action. However, we're now into the next step of the keeper phase, which is gain threat. So again, the keeper gains 2 threat tokens for having 2 investigators. And now the next thing the keeper can do is actions. And so I will be spending 1 threat token to have all monsters move. And we'll go back to the board after and do that. The other threat token, I'm actually going to use Raise the Dead. I'm going to put a corpse marker into the crypt. So I'm going to be placing a corpse marker in the crypt. And the last threat token, I think I will hang on to it as well. Save it for next time. So let's go to the board and get to the monster movement phase. Alright, well, we have 2 monsters on the board, 2 zombies. The one down here in the crypt, again, is going to move 1 space here. And this is a double space area as well. And this zombie now is going to move into the patio area. Now, it is the same space as Joe Diamond, so Joe Diamond has to make a horror check since the zombie has moved into his area. And his willpower is 5. And the zombie horror check this time is actually worse than the cultist. It's -1, so he needs a 4 or less. And he rolls a 7, which means he's going to take a horror. So he gets another one of these tokens, and it goes on to his card. Now he has 2 horror of a total of 8 sanity, so he's down to 6 sanity. And that is going to be the end of that. Now the keeper has 3 trauma cards, and they don't apply. Otherwise the keeper might be doing nasty things. Alright, so the next phase would be monster attack phase, but there are no monsters in the space of any of the investigators. Sister Mary is way up here in the storage closet of the guest bedroom after she picked the lock last turn. Okay, so during her turn. And now we go back to the very end of the keeper phase, and that would be adding the timer token. So just off the edge of the map here, we're going to be adding the second token onto the card, which has a 2 on it, and that now triggers this event to occur. So there's only 2 here, and what is it? Another servant. A faint buzzing sound cuts through the clear air coming from the shed. It seems like another one of Uncle Artie's acquaintances has come to visit. Place Amigo in the storage shed. Oh, great. Just what the investigators need is another monster. Well, what does the Migo look like? Well, here's the Migo from Mansions of Madness. He's got his little brain in his hands. I'm sure he's getting ready to stuff it into a metal canister somewhere. Anyway, pretty cool miniature. Here he is. The Migo appears over here in the storage shed. Okay, we have a zombie shambling along. We have 2. We have 1 down the crypt, 1 heading towards Joe Diamond. And we also now have a Migo that's appeared in the shed. Oh, great. Okay, that's the end of turn 4. So join me next time when we get into turn 5.